sitting here finishing up the first base coat of the braids here. I'm using red iron oxide, the same paint that I used to mix his facial colors. But like I say, this is just the base coat. We'll come back here later on with some different colors. A little blemish right there, don't know what that is. Okay, we'll set him aside here. Alright, so today we're going to see how much we can get done with the body here and the robe. So, the robe is a buffalo robe, and the fur on a buffalo can range quite a few different colors. But generally what I do is I start with a dark burnt umber, which is, I mix this up myself. It's just regular burnt umber. Let's see if I have any over here. Yeah, here's just traditional burnt umber. And then I mix some of the licorice black in with it to give me a real dark color. And I'll be using asphaltum and again the yellow ochre, which in this case is antique gold. These people who named these colors, I've never figured it out. I just go by the original color of what these colors are. Okay, so let's take off this little ornament up there. And because of the way this is going to be mounted, this will be the mount area right down here. Another blemish there I'm going to have to take off. Anyway, the way this is going to be mounted, I don't want to screw one of these things into anywhere on the back here, and I don't think I could hold on to it if I screwed it down here. So I screwed it right down through the neck piece here. So that will work. So the first thing I'm going to do here is go ahead like I always do and hose it down with just some water. Let that set just a bit. Now I use the Dremel tool, just with a vane. I don't have it over here. But the edge of the vane on the Dremel tool, it's just a circle, but the edge comes down like that, which allows me to make these grooves. And then with a pyrotechnic pen, I'll blend that in down here where it hits the smooth part of the robe. And then you'll have a lot of fuzz from the tool up here on top. What I do is I take a small little torch, just butane torch I have, and go over it, and that burns that all off. And because it also burns the color of the wood, that's certainly not going to interfere with my painting, because the paint that I'm putting on here will be just about that color there. This area here, I've cross-hatched. This is the beaded area on the shirt, and also along here. I cross-hatch with the burning pin to indicate some texture for the beading that will go on here, the colors. And elsewhere on the piece, I have highlighted the creases. You can see here, anywhere there will be a deep dark shadow I highlighted. That just sort of accentuates the colors when you paint it, because the color will not really stick to these areas very well at all. In other words, they'll come back through once the paint dries, because you've sealed that wood there. And because I hosed this down with water, it'll soak in where the water is, but the water didn't go into where the burn marks are, so that it won't affect them. So anyway, this thing's ready now. On the back, I don't do anything. I'll just leave this area natural back here. Okay? So I think what we'll do first is paint the shirt. So to do that, I'm going to start off with yellow ochre. Set that up there. Find me a nice brush here to use. And again, when you get these tight areas, don't try to come in like that. Just get your brush wet or loaded with paint, just like I did over here. Just lay it down and just force it right back up in there. That'll work. That always works. And on the back here where I leave a little overlap there to let the colors go over the side so I don't have a mess back here, you know. Because when I'm painting, see, you can see where I've come over this area here with the brush. But doing it this way gets rid of that overlap, the messy overlap. Not that, that's just water. That's beading, that'll be another color. Okay. Now, on the buffalo robe is the underside of the tanned hide, and the shirt is the under-tanned side of the hide. So they're going to be basically the same color originally. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this. Got a little tag on there. And again, I'll come in and paint this back stripe. Now if you look here, see these wet marks where when I was spraying I went over and sprayed the wood. So this is dry here, that's where some water was. It's not got any color to it. It's just the natural color that's going to appear when you varnish it. You understand? It will no longer be light like this. It's going to be this color here, even though you put nothing on it. And the same goes, there's another indication up here. See the water? That's a water stain, that's not color. So you have to take that into consideration when you paint, because it's a color too, and you have to allow for it. Okay, so we got that on there. So now with this asphaltum, again, it's that real rich brown. Squeeze out a little bit of it here. That ought to be plenty for now. And these creases. Up here where the upper part of the robe overlays the skin. I'll just put some color up there too. I'm going to make the braids here a different color. And the shirt just to give it a little contrast, more interest. You assume that these braids were made with the same kind of leather that, well actually, right, okay, you assume that the braids would be the same kind of leather as the shirt. But you don't really know that for sure. And the Indians can use color too, as you'll see here in a minute. And up here, where it comes out from the shirt, we'll make that a little darker. And again, we'll come back and tie this edge in with that color. It's not very dark, so I want to. There's a lot going on right up in this little area here, so I'm just going to paint it like it's all in shadow. There we go. Okay, now find some desert sand. There's another name. Take a look at this. Khaki. Antique white. Let's go with that there. Haven't used that in a while. A little wood tag there. Looks pretty nice. Okay. Now with some midnight blue. I'm out of there. That'll be plenty. And some green. There you go. Just sort of a forest green, pine green. This is called avocado. Naturally, I had to come up with some cute name for it. The problem with these names is the next time you go to the store, down the Hobby Lobby or something, they're all going to be different names. Some, I guess the Chinese guy that was naming them before got fired or laid off or said something he shouldn't have and ended up in the slammer. You're probably wondering what I'm doing. But okay. Indians like, Native Americans like lots of color, so what we're going to do is we're going to paint this shirt. If you go to a museum and you look at Native American war shirts, which is basically what this is, you'll see that the upper part of the shirt, up along the chest, is painted a different color than just the tanned hide. What they do is they usually drag the colors down to about where this is, right here. And it gets lighter. It's dark at the top and then lighter at the bottom on the shirt. And it really creates a beautiful, beautiful shirt. So I'm going to put this is going to be pretty dark up here at the top. Maybe there's more blue in there. Get this done, let Judy have a break. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. And again, paint this little tag here. So it matches this. Ooh, there's an area I forgot all about. Now, see what happened right there? People say, well, why do you burn all the lines on your carvings? See that right there? That's that paint crawled up into that area. But you'll notice in other areas, well, it did the same thing right there. I mean, I want to correct it. But what happens is either I slopped my brush, which is probably what happened here, and got that up in there. But anyway, I think right here is I accidentally touched on the other side of that little burn line there, and it bled, paint color bled up into that area. What those paint burn lines also do is they stop paint from crawling. The paint won't crawl over that line unless you accidentally give it a chance to. Like when I was touching this, my brush probably touched up there, and that's why that paint crawled up there. It's no big deal. Well, it can be a big deal. Your colors will be a lot crisper if there's a real definite, distinctive separation between the two colors. So that's one reason why I do that. So, okay, what do we got here now? All right, so we got that done. We'll take a little break here while Judy rests her arm. Okay, speed things along. I went ahead and started painting the upper part of the robe, side that the fur is on, and I'm using that color dark. What did I name it? Dark umber. Dark burn umber. Burn umber is darker than umber. But my little color there is super dark. I don't know if you could find that in the store. I doubt it. But half the fun of painting is being able to mix colors. So a lot of time I just make my own. There, now that looks pretty slick, but we're going to fix it up even more. I'll take some of this brown, put it on here. A little bit of this. Put a little red in there too. Ooh, I like that. I learned long ago when you're painting, like a picture or something like that, while something might be a certain color, when you're painting it, you have to take into consideration the environment that color is in. Like there's the sun shining, the sky is blue, the hills might be green behind it. And all these other colors are reflecting onto that thing that you're painting. So you have to take those things into consideration. And that's the difficulty about painting, but it's also the best part about it, I think. And that's what I'm doing here. You know, this guy, this old buffalo, he was standing out there in some field up in the Rockies. I think that looks pretty nice myself. I'll put a little bit lighter color right down here on the edge. Just brush it across the fur to where it highlights that, but doesn't get down into the grooves of the fur. Ooh, there it is. It's a little strong right there. There, see all the colors in there? It certainly looks better than just that straight old dark color. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I think that's going to be it for this video. Judy's cooking dinner for the people next door. We've got to go do that. So anyway, in the next video, we will continue on. We'll try to put the beaded strip, begin to put the beaded strip on here, and the neck decoration here, and maybe the little attachment that goes in here. It's starting to look pretty nice, I think. So, till then, I'll talk to you later.